Hello my lovelies, welcome to today's video. It is October, which means it is spooky season, so I had to do a Halloween look for you guys. Now I am not good at special effects makeup, so we're going to be doing more of a Halloween glam look today. Starting of course by just prepping with some Scotch tape for our winged liner, and then we are blending out the e.l.f. Camo Concealer on the lids. Since we are going to be using bright colors, I want a nice bright base for them to really pop on top of. Once that is all nice and blended out, we are going to set that down with some of the Coty Airspun powder. This is just my favorite powder that I use. You could use any, and I just do this so that the eyeshadow doesn't blend weird, skip weird, anything like that. So once we have that nice and set down, we are going to jump right into eyeshadow. And no surprise probably, I am using my favorite eyeshadow palette for colored eyeshadow, which is the Patricia Bright and Makeup Revolution Rich in Color palette. Starting with the shade Birthday Cake, which is a nice kind of lilac-y purple. It does have a little bit of a shine to it, but we are just using this as kind of our initial crease shade, so I'm not too worried about that. And it also does help kind of highlight the brow bone a little bit. And we are going to be doing a sort of cut crease today, so I am just keeping this in the upper crease area. I do take it down along like where the wing liner is going to be. I end up going over that with concealer, so you don't really have to blend it down that side if you don't want to. And I dropped my palette, which is just kind of a funny accident because my mirror fell off the wall today and I just feel kind of unlucky. So yeah, anyways, we are using the shade Reckless, which is a nice kind of deep rich purple. To really deepen up the crease, starting by taking it on a small kind of more dense but fluffy brush, and I'm just kind of messily blending it out. We're going to go out with a much softer brush for a smooth blend later. This is more about placement and pigmentation right now. Here we are with the softer brush just to blend out that deep purple that we packed in. Again, you could skip down the winged liner if you want. Or if you want the green just on the lid and not kind of winged out, then you could totally leave it. It's up to you there. We are going to go ahead and start cutting the crease now, and you guys, I promise you, if I can do this, you can totally do this because I have the most shaky hands ever. I am using just still the e.l.f. Camo Concealer on this nice flat concealer brush, and I find I have much better luck when I kind of start at the top and do these short pulling motions like that, rather than these swiping motions, because you'll see here in just a minute that whenever I do the swiping motions, it tends to catch and feather out weird, and I usually end up regretting it. So do whatever works best for you. You can see I get really quite messy lines when I do the swiping motions. Initially, I'm just going to cut kind of the lid shape here. I hadn't quite decided what I wanted to do yet. I end up going and just cutting out the kind of wing area. So I just kind of do as you would do a wing. I kind of pull down towards the lid and then just connect it across through the kind of bottom of the crease area. And once we get that concealer nice and blended out to the point that we like, you can see I have to add a little bit more in these outer corners where the purple was. I try and get my lines as clean as possible. We'll clean it up with some purple a little bit later. But we are going to go ahead and jump in with the green shade. This is Trendsetter. It's just kind of a deeper true green kind of color. And I'm just going to start by packing this into the outer corner. It's a little patchy at first, which I was surprised because I thought I remembered liking this color. But we're going to work with it. We're just going to build it up until it gets to a point that we'd like. And like I said, as we go through, we're going to just kind of touch up the purple anywhere where the concealer looks a little bit funky. Then we are going to take the shade Green Juice on the inner corner. This is much more of kind of a limey, yellowy toned green, and we are just going to really pack that into the inner corner. And then where they meet in the middle, we're just going to get them nice and blended together. We want a really nice gradient here. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth, building up both colors and then blending them in that middle area until I get it to a really nice point that I like this right here. Then you can see here I am going and just taking more of that purple shade and buffing it through the crease anywhere where I have some little weird spots. I had to fix the tape on one side of my eye. And then we are going to do some quick wing liner. This is the Seraphine Botanicals Luna liner. I do like this one. It goes on quite pigmented and matte, but you'll see later on when I curl my lashes, the lash curler picks it up, which I think is just so weird. But anyways, doing our wings here. And then once we get them nice and as even as possible, we're going to pull that tape off and jump onto the skin. And I am starting by using the Yensa Tone Up Primer. This is the Essential Glow shade, and the bottle felt empty, so I squeezed it really hard and I got way too much. You don't need this much, I promise. But yeah, we're just going to blend that out into the skin, work a little extra hard because we got a little bit too much. I do love how it makes my skin look, though. I think it looks really great. And then we are going to go on top of that with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. And we are just blending this out with a beauty sponge. This one is the Real Techniques ones, which I do love. I've gone back to this one and I think I'm going to stick with it for a little while because I forgot how much I like it. Yeah, just blending out the foundation all over the face. And then once we have that nice and blended out, we are going to conceal a little bit underneath the eyes. And I do just kind of a triangle shape. This is the NYX Born to Glow concealer. You really don't need a lot. A little bit of this goes a very long way. So I'm just putting a little bit of that on and then blending it out with that same Real Techniques sponge. And you can see just that tiny bit that I put on spread out over the large space. It just made a big difference in brightening. And once that's all blended out, we are going to set the whole face down. Again, I'm using the Coty Airspun powder here. It's my very favorite. And I am starting with any places that I concealed and then just blending it out or buffing it out on the rest of the face until everything is nice and set down. Then we are going to finish up the eyes really quick. It's going to be super simple on the lower lash line. We're basically going to repeat what we did on the lids for the green. So we're going to start by taking the darker green shade on about, I take it about halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way across the lower lash line, because again, they're going to kind of make that gradient blend in the middle. Oh, sneeze. I thought I edited that out. Oops. Yeah, blending that green, and then we're going to jump onto the lighter green. And I did take this kind of through the inner corner area, like so it's actually in the inner corner, because I think this is the spookiest color. Like, it's that kind of gross yellowish green is how it looks. So yeah, I just wanted that to be a little more prevalent. Then we're going to go ahead and bronze up the skin. I'm just using the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzer. This is the lighter version. Like I said, I'm going for more of a glam look. If you want to be a little bit more spooky, look a little bit more dead maybe, definitely use a more cool toned bronzer, and do less of like a bronzing and do more of a contour. It will make you look a lot kind of sharper and your cheeks more sunken, things like that. So that is totally an option as well. The thing I love about this look is how much you can kind of tweak it to get different looks out of it. And the colors, I feel like you could use this for like Beetlejuice or the Joker or a witch, or you could use this for like anything really. So very versatile. I'm very happy with it if you can't tell. Once everything is nice and bronzed, we are going to go ahead and fill in our brows. And today I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This one's in the shade Espresso. I haven't used this in a while. It's actually a little bit too warm toned for my hair as it currently is. But I have a bunch of brow pencils that I had stocked up that I need to use, so I just haven't bought any that are like black yet. So, oh well. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna fill in the brows. And they are a little bit messy. I need to clean them up with like tweezers and stuff again, but I just haven't had the time or the motivation to do that. So they're gonna be a little bit messy, and that's just fine. That's fine. Curling our lashes here, and you can see, I'll go over them a couple times, but then you can see that it did pull just a little bit of my liner off in a few spots. So I am going to just go back really quickly after that and just touch up those areas so that we have a nice even line across our liner. Then we're going to pop on some mascara using my very favorite Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is still my very favorite, and I am just going to add a couple coats to both the top and bottom lashes here. I did actually think about not doing false lashes on this look, but I ended up doing them anyways. But you could totally not do false lashes and this look will still look great. We are going to let that mascara dry before we put our falsies on. So I am going to highlight with the Juvia's Place Tribe Highlighter. This is the volume 3, the lightest shade. Probably my current favorite highlighter right now, honestly. It's so pretty. It gives almost kind of like a wet, glowing look, but it still looks natural. Like, I don't even understand that, but it's amazing. Taking that in all my typical places. Again, if you want to look a little bit more dead, you could skip the highlighter. If you want to look a little bit more glam, you could go higher on the highlighter. I am going to take it on my inner corners and my brow bone as well, just because I feel like that really ties the look together nicely. And then once we have that all nice and highlighted, I am going to go back with this small brush on just my nose, on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and my cupid's bow for a little bit more of an intense glow in those spots. And then we are going to use these lashes. These are from InStylish, the Not Basic lashes, and my box doesn't say the style, so I'll have to have it in the description for you down below. But I feel like Halloween is just like the perfect excuse to wear big giant lashes, which I usually don't. So we're going to pop those on, and then we are going to jump onto lips. And I wanted to do kind of a gradient lip today, ombre lip, whatever you want to call it. And I thought about doing black, and I almost wish I would have, but I opted for this brown. This is the Nude Sticks Magnetic Matte Lip Color in Greystone, which I do love this lip on its own, by the way. And I am just trying to get my lip liner as even as possible. A little trick, I'm sure probably everybody knows, but you can take just a little bit of concealer, or I'm using foundation here to clean up any weird, like, kind of feathery spots. And then we are going to pop on a nice purple on top of that. This is the Maybelline Brazenberry. It's from their Vivids Colorstational collection. Then we are going to make any little last minute adjustments here, just cleaning up the edges, getting everything nice and even. And then that is going to be it for this look. I'm super happy with how it turned out. I think the color scheme is really cool. Like I said, you could wear it for a bunch of different things, tweak little things to customize it how you want it. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I had fun with this one. I like doing colorful looks because I don't do them super often unless I'm filming, so it was a fun one for me today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell before you guys go, and I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.